Hello guys and welcome to TrainSim TV. My name is Tom and in today's video we will be having a look at the new release of the South Lancashire and North Cheshire BR Blue period version 4.0. This route was released on the 6th of June 2020 and it is available to download from Wotawollybits. Phase 4 adds in the new section between Wigan and Preston on the West Coast Main Line and also adds in some bits of sidings and stuff and the short spur down to the Deepdale. I think it was a coal terminal down there. It was the former Longridge branch back in its heyday as well. So we're going to be doing a run from Preston to Liverpool Lime Street via Golborne Junction. So we're going to be calling that Wigan and Liverpool only on this run. And it's just I did this on the stream on Tuesday. Tuesday just gone. So I enjoyed the run, and it's one of the scenarios that I've got set up fully working properly with all the stocks, so I thought I'd do it again as a video just for anyone that missed out on that. So we'll get our stuff set up here, we'll get the train set up and we'll get the doors open, and I'll take you for a quick look as well at the Deepdale section before we head off and head to Liverpool. So hello driver, please press T to let your passengers out, passengers board and all that. Then set up your loco. You are due to leave at 12:54. You have been diverted via Golborne Junction today due to signalling problems at St Helens. Right, so make sure my vents are open, which they look like they are. Right, so we need our route indicator on and instrument lights. It'll be a little bit buggy in here first of all with getting the sounds working. I feel like I'm sat really far forward here. I'm just going to put my... That's better. I think it's because I've just faffed about with my RW enhancer. Right, so that's on. Everything's on there. Press T. Right, I think we are good there. So what I'll do, I'm just going to quickly pause it for a moment, just take you for a little look around Preston. Now, on my Northern lines we have Preston as well, but Preston on my Northern lines looks a lot different in terms of track work. There's a lot of extra track work on this version of the route because it's set in the 1975 to sort of 85 period. So there's stuff here that's been taken out. I mean, Preston Station as well has got this old walkway that used to go across as well. That has gone since. One thing that isn't fully there, sadly, is the branch down to the docks. It only goes so far. It'd be nice if I'd like to have seen the whole docks added in as well to fit the period, but it's one of them. We've got a lot of stuff here though to see and play with at least. We've got the sidings up here as well. You've got ribble sidings here. Obviously the viaducts as well as you cross over the river. River Loon, is it? No, it's not River Loon. I don't know. Is it River Ribble? River Loon. Loon goes through Lancaster, and that way. Yeah, River Ribble. Sorry. Going back this way, we've got Preston Station itself. Looks good. It's one of them again. It's another route. It's just so hard to do without a proper custom model. And again, it's a really nice representation of a kit bashed Preston Station. It's done in the same sort of style as Northern Lines and West Coast over Shap. This version's got a red canopy, so it's nice to see a full red canopy at Preston. Also, there is a bit of a custom asset, I think, at the front. This must be custom because it's got Preston Station on the front, but it looks cool. I'm not sure if it's just an asset with a new sign put on top, to be honest, but it looks good. It definitely has that feel as Preston Station. Heading up north, you've got all the siding work up here as well. I think is it Ladybank sidings they call that, or Ladywell, something like that. You've got St Walburg's Church just over there. You got the File branch which takes you to Blackpool. We'll only go so far; it just goes off into the distance there, and there's a small spur off to the north there as well. I'm just going to pause when we get the scenery. I don't know how far it's going to let me go. We should manage to get more or less up there. So this is the Deepdale branch. Again, many years ago, originally the route used to go across here, I believe, and sort of went off in that direction to on the Fleetwood line towards Fleetwood and stuff like that. So down here we got to Miley Tunnel. It's nice, this. I've wanted this section of a route for a very long time. Sadly, we tried doing a scenario on Tuesday night, but the scenario was a bit balked. So I'm hoping, I believe there's going to be an update coming at some point which fixes that scenario, so we'll be able to do the rundown here on the stream. Just unfortunately, it didn't work. Signalling stopped working or something around, I think it was. This is looking really cool. I like how they've done this. All the arches going through here again, the other tunnel. So this is the main tunnel over here on Miley Tunnel, this one's called. It's not loading in properly. Ignore that. Moving up. I don't know if it's going to load them all in. If I can pause it for a second, it might just take a moment for them to load. Other lofts are coming in now, so they've got the tunnel there, look. So it isn't all hollow and see-through. There was a station here. I can't remember if this one was Deepdale Station. Or if Deepdale Station might be further up, actually. But this is the Deepdale area. I know this was obviously a platform at one stage in its life. Was double track a long time ago. Nice that there's all semaphores and stuff up here as well. It's looking really cool. So the line sort of ends just a little bit further beyond there. The line originally did go over to Longridge on that way. So this is Deepdale Junction, as obviously the box says. This sort of focuses on the little like a coal area here. So you can pick up your wagons and drop stuff off and that as well. So there's potential for this little bit as well, which is really cool. With all vehicles and stuff as well. All unloading facility there as well, and of course for loading and stuff. So that is the Deepdale branch in a little nutshell there. We will cover it at some point, as I say on the stream, just waiting for a scenario fix before we really do it. So we're going to get into our loco, get ourselves ready. So we have everything set up. Again, we're going to be calling it Wigan North Western and Liverpool Lime Street, which is a 37-mile run. There's a lot of scenarios on this route as well. I think there's about 90 scenarios overall up to now. Mad. There's so many bits and pieces. I'll just show you the map as well as we're loading up. So the new section is this part here, all the way down to Wigan, which is here. Oh, I think we're good. Oh, this goes straight. There we go. I had a few issues with this on the stream the other night. The only downfall with the 40 is that it has that horrible looping sound in 64-bit. This did actually have digital tractions 40 on the scenario, but I don't enjoy it as much as this one, even though this has got issues. Get ourselves going. It's a good run up here to Wigan. Preston South Junction and Ribble Viaduct currently crossing over now. You'll see there's a couple of track leads. This is down to the AP track pack, but you can actually adjust this. I've just not got around to doing it. You can do it in RW Tools where you can raise the track, so it actually rises it up above that, where it goes through certain bridges. I will be doing that at some point this week if I get some more driving done on this. We're heading towards Scoobridge. The tanker train, I don't know where that's due to go to. Possibly down to the docks area. ICI tank sits down as, so I'm not quite sure where that would be going. It also makes a very good use of the new AP, well not so new now, but the AP 86 enhancement pack. Got some good guns with that, along with a lot of other BR Blue typical locos. We just need a really good 25 now. I think we will be up and running properly with this route for that. This is Farringdon Curve Junction, so the line to the right here goes to either Ormskirk or it takes you to the East Lancashire line, so there's like Blackburn and to Yorkshire. Southbound express there. And again, also the new Mark 2s and the Mark 1s from AP are very well used on this. They look fantastic on it as well. The line from Lostock Hall comes in on the left hand side there. This also does actually have, I'm just going to show you quickly, it has the sheds at Lostock, which is really nice to see. I didn't realise these were still actually standing at this point of the area of the route. I thought these actually, to be fair, went in around the steam area, but obviously they were still standing and used. I assume there was some diesel stuff maybe possibly worked out of here, maybe for a little bit, I'm not too sure. Does look overgrown, so possibly it might have sort of seized by then. Not much in terms of facilities for diesels, to be honest, so probably was just sort of standing here and lying derelict at this point. Of course, also Lostock Hall Station wasn't here at that stage, as far as I'm aware. Unless it wasn't, it's just not been modelled in, but I think it would have been put in, to be fair, with all this detail here. This is the line that comes off to go south as well. Now, to get what this place is on the right hand side, just get this right. So this is Leyland Works on the right here. So is this where lorries and stuff are produced? This is where the loading area would be. So we would be able to have loaded stuff onto trains from here and obviously send them where they need to be. You've got British Leyland as well here. You've got plenty of pacers. I mean buses. There's plenty of them. Just put some back to back, they would look like a pacer. It's nice to see them in there. They look quite cool, to be honest. The guys have put this route together. Nick and Andy were on the stream the other night as well, and they were on about it. It was a shame that they couldn't find any more British Leyland vehicles to dot about in the area. But they managed to put these in. There's some really nice textures on them, to be honest. Whether they've done them themselves or they've come in different circles. There's a really nice detail on there. It's a proper pacer, innit? If you sit there, you're in a pacer. You can tell, can't you? We will continue south. Missing the texture on that, so there's obviously something that's a bit of a miss on there. Not too sure what that is. Might be a sign or something. We're just pressing towards Leyland Station now. There's another load of sidings here. I don't know what these ones are. Let's have a look. So these are the goods yards. So there's a lot of scrap and stuff there, but so it's a possible scrap train maybe. Scrap metal from the works for the cars. This is Leyland Station. old style lamps and old style BR signage as well been made for the route. Try and get a screenshot as well, if at all possible. One possible. Next up we move towards Exton, Belshore Lane. The Belshore Lane platform and stations aren't obviously here at this point of route life. They came later. The M6 motorway just crossing over the top of us now. Again, as well, motorways at this point of life probably were nowhere near as busy as they are today. So definitely quiet today, but obviously back in the day these would have been rather quiet. We do have a double yellow as well, so I'm just going to ease off now. They've got the junctions here as well, so the line towards Chorley and onwards to Bolton and Manchester diverge off to the left. There's a little bit of detailing going up here. I'm just going to pause that for a second. I'm not quite sure what it was here. I'm assuming maybe some form of barracks or something. I'm not actually sure what it was here, but there's an old station. It's not loading. Hang on a sec. Let's see what it's called. ROF Chorley. So it must have been, it was obviously some barracks of some form back in its day. This now is actually it's a massive housing estate today. Goes on for miles. It's Buckshaw Village and Buckshaw Parkway is somewhere in this area. Probably there actually. It's quite a cool representation. I love how everything's sort of been bashed together and stuff like that as well. It's got a real good feel to it as well. Going to ease the brakes on now because we will be coming up to a red shortly. It's just whilst we're waiting for the express to sort of clear the area. It's nice to finally get a run from Preston back this way. It's been something I've been looking forward to for quite a long time. So Belshore Lane is just beyond this bridge here. This is where the station is today. Again, as I said before, it's not actually. It was never here at this point in the route's life. Very recognisable though. Again, it's a route that's very close to near where I live as well. So obviously I'm in the northwest on the Foul Coast, literally about 15-16 miles away from Preston. So this is quite a local route really to myself. It's nice to see it finally get there. The guys have been working on this for a good long while. Following the progress on UK Train Sim as it goes along, they update their Flickr feed of images. Oh, there we go, got a yellow. This might be a better screenshot actually. I believe as well, the guys mentioned that the next phase that they're working on was, I think, Runcorn to Crewe. I think that was. Just going to double check what phase 5 is. Yes, so Runcorn and Warrington to Weaver Junction, and then on to Crewe for phase 5, which is nice to see. So that'll be another good long run there. I mean, they've got like 14 different phases planned here. Phase 6 would be Windsor Bridge to Wigan Walgate, 7 Wigan to St Helens and to Huyton Junction, 8 St Helens to Widnes, and then 9 Windsor Bridge to Exton Junction, West Coast Main Line. Phase 10 would be Crewe to Chester to Houghton and Houghton to Helsby. Number 11 would be Crewe to Piccadilly, so that's going to be quite a good one. 12 mid-Cheshire line, so Chester to Piccadilly. 13 Stockport and Warrington, and 14 is others to be decided, so they've got a lot ahead of them. Obviously, to add to this mammoth route as it is, so much potential for the older era. Really is a fantastic little project that they've been working on. Well, not little now, it's quite big, but you know what I mean. Six miles to Wigan as well. We're climbing up Charnock Bank in a minute. Really is quite a slog up here as well for the 40. There's a good mix of different traction as well on this scenario, as you'll see throughout. I look forward to getting my teeth stuck into some of the other scenarios as well over the time and over the streams in future coming months. As well, anyone that wishes to download this, the link is in the description below. If you just have a look down in the description section, it's all free to download. To make sure you do have the required stock and routes and stuff like that to make sure everything works. There's a separate manual for how to make sure all your scenarios work properly. Everything's listed per one, so when you see a scenario that takes your fancy, have a look in that little manual and then make sure you download the stock per one. It's really easily set out for you there as well. What we think as well, in a few places, some of the 2D trees, possibly in my eyes, probably could have been stripped back and made into 3Ds line side. Small little niggle, but I can see in terms of obviously keeping FPS down, it's one of them. There is 3Ds on the route, just in some places near, probably a few of them could be stripped back for a couple 3Ds, but it is just a small niggle from myself, from a route developer's perspective. The detail really cool, really nicely done. Loads of detail in the gardens and stuff as well. As you see there, loads of flower beds and stuff like that. Seen it goes for a good distance. Just up to the summit of the bank now. A couple of floating tree or bushes up there. See, we just climbed to the top of the summit there. Number 87 on its way up as well. We're just 2.2 miles to Wigan, which is the end of the new section. Again, we will continue on to the, I think, I'm not sure if it was phase 3 to be up there that went to Liverpool. It was an 86, sorry, not an 87. One thing is as well, you'll notice that some of the overhead wires do disappear. This is just down to the fact that it's such a busy section. It takes things a little bit to get them loaded in. But they do appear. Cable feeds have been in the area. Might be going a little too hot here. Where's my brakes when I want? No. I think we're going to go straight through Wigan. The local set as a dual. Great as well. Unfortunately, we're not going to be stopping at Wigan this time around. I don't think we've got stopping time. Definitely not. What we'll do is, as you will see in Wigan before, see some of the lofts are still loading because it's such a busy section. Do that on the map here. They've just not wanted to load in this time around. Oh, they're there now, look. Everything's all appeared. It's just such a busy section. Just pause that for a minute. Plenty of units. There's still loads of stuff in. The scenery on this section goes for miles. Huge. Yeah, everything's finally loaded in, look. It's annoying when it does that. It's just train sim itself. Another 40 that are coming in. On empties. Pull some power on, even though we should have stopped, but never mind. We'll make sure we stop for Liverpool. Just going by Spring Branch. Loads of variety here as well, as you can see. 40s, 25s, there's even some 08s, peaks, 20s. Something like that you need. It was a so many potential thumbnails. Everything's still loading. Look. Didn't do this in the stream. How far to Liverpool? 21 miles. The wires will probably load in by the time we get to Goulburn. Oh, they'll come back, look. Excellent. Air brake. Definitely. Strange. Maybe it's just the stock it doesn't work with. It'll take a while to slow down. Didn't have any issues though stopping there the other night on the streams. God knows, well, I was just going a bit too fast to be honest. Never mind. Not too far from Goulburn. I'm going to apply myself some braking and just in good time really, because I don't want to go flying into a 20 section at hurtling speeds. We wouldn't want a Wigan again, would we? Take a while for it to slow down though. We're a little bit early on the brakes there, to be honest, but we are in good braking distance to get it right. We are just about right on speed there. So we'll leave the West Coast Main Line section there. I think this is it the Chatmoss route we take. So, I think it's Chatmoss. I'm going to go back a little bit because you can't really hear the 40, it loops really badly. So we're going to go a couple back. We'll do a little bit heads out, just for enjoyment purposes. Nice mixed freight coming through. These are all actually pipes, actually not mixed. There's some mixed stuff that we do see though. You can hear the 40, you can just about hear it, I can, where it loops. Wish it could be fixed, that. $15 miles to Liverpool Lime Street now. I'm going to go via St Helens Junction, Road Green, Olive Mount Cutting and Edge Hill, and then to Liverpool Lime Street. Just before we get to Edge Hill, there will be a signal that will be red, but it actually isn't red. It's a false red. We had it on the stream the other night, and the signal ahead was green. It's just one of them. Just didn't want to give us an indication on the actual aspect. Is it Earlstown? It is Earlstown. It was quite a bad fire here a few weeks ago as well, weren't there? Was it a plastics factory or something that went up? Some quite bad images of that. Obviously I think it did some damage to the railway as well. It caused damage to the overhead wiring, I do believe. It's been since reopened again. I think it was down for a day or so. Melted the wires around the bridge. I think the fire spread to the bridge. On what it looked like. Pictures look like the wires were sagging as well from the heat. figure out where we are here. I think it's Fiddler's Ferry we can see. I think. Oh no, it's Bold Power Station. There's a lot of power stations around here back in the day as well. I have no idea what a lot of them were. I know Fiddler's Ferry. Is that Ferry? Fiddler's Ferry was somewhere. It's over there, isn't it? That's Fiddler's. Free in there. A peak as well. I'm assuming this would be cross-country service. So the junction we've just gone past there is the St Helens line, which is the route I do believe will be coming to down in further stages. This is the one that comes to Hudson, but it's the St Helens one that comes off at Wigan. Nice to see when that's done. I assume it's not got any scenery at all, to be honest. I'm going to fly up there. Looks like it's just track. Odd bits of scenery, possibly. I'm just having a look. Looks like some bits have been mapped out already. Nothing complete though. Looks like bridge and stuff have been put in and ready in that. Look forward to seeing that when it's done. We're going to go via Broad Green before Olive Mount, so they're quite close to each other, and then it's at Edgehill at 8 miles. 9 miles to Liverpool. Rainhill. Rainhill, where the was it the cavalcade happened, I think. Rings a bell. Was it some railway historical thing happened there? I'm sure it did. I'll clue on that. Could be talking rubbish. I feel like there is something linked there. Services that. So it's a Liverpool Manchester. disused station. I'm not too sure what that is. Doesn't actually say. I'm assuming it's a disused wheating station. Some semaphores as well, up this section as well. This is Hudson. 25 there on 8 parcels working. Just a matter of the detail. I love that pipe work behind the window. Really cool. We're going by Broad Green and then Oliver Mount Cutting before we approach into Edge Hill and onwards into Lime Street. This is the M62 that's on the long side of us here, I think. Looks like it. Just not getting the brakes on in a minute, we're 30 mile an hour coming up. Again, there is a dodgy signal just before Edge Hill that will say it's a red, but it actually isn't, it's a false red. So we'll just give it a tab and proceed through. There's missing some embankments here. The guys were looking into this. They were watching on stream, so this will be sorted as well. We've been approved. We do have a shunt signal there. A lot of locos there, 47s, 25s, 08s, 31 action, and then also some 40 stuff. Some more bits and pieces over there as well. So on the last mile or so now, about a mile and a half into Liverpool, platform 5, where we are going to be stopping at. Just curving through Edge Hill. Should get a full fresh run into Liverpool there as well. We didn't actually hang about on our way down here, so we should probably get the green as well. We'll get near up. See if that was a shunt signal. I think we might have had a shunt signal actually. I might have to tab. But we had a ground signal, actually. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we cross over here and then we run into the station there. So I'm going to put a bit more power on there. Overall, a very, very nice run. Hope you've enjoyed it, apart from my little spat at missing Wigan. It's been really, really nice to do. I've enjoyed it the second time around the scenario as well. The link for the route is in the description. Wotawollybits. So do have a look at that if you enjoy this era of route between 1975 and 85. Don't forget, you can like, share, subscribe. Any feedback, do pass it on. We'd like to hear back about the videos and stuff like that and your comments. Don't forget as well, you can catch us on Twitch at twitch.tv/TrainSimTV_Tom and TrainSimTV_Mark. This has been TrainSimTV and I've been Tom. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Thank you once again for watching, guys. Have a good one, stay safe, and we will catch you on that next video. Take care and goodbye.